One of the things that I think was very important, and that is the name of the organization. It says Northern Cross Science Foundation. It doesn't limit it specifically to astronomy. However, that's how it began, with everybody having an interest in astronomy. But we tried to encourage other sciences to be interested in the organization. One of the things that we did after we got going as an astronomy group was to invite other people to do something else besides astronomy. One of the members that we eventually joined our group was Ray Dousman, who lives in Jackson. And he worked on the original jet engine which set the land speed record out in Utah. And he brought a movie along with him showing the development of that engine. And he didn't work on it all the way, because after they got it developed up to a point, they needed more money, and of course the small group he was with didn't have that, so then they had to go nationally and get more funds for it. But he worked on that, so he knew how to put together a jet engine. So he thought it would be a good project if we could build a jet engine that we could take around to schools and show how a jet engine works and some of the problems that are accompanied with it and so on. Well, we got the project underway. We got funding from the group. We had machinists in there. We had know-how. We drew up the plans. Guys who could do that. Again, we did the whole thing ourselves.
Ray?
Okay, Bill, just briefly before we fire the rocket, I'd like to show the viewer some of the major component parts. What we have here is a rocket propellant tank. This is where the rocket propellant is stored under pressure. Back behind, we have another larger tank that you may be able to see, which is full of compressed air. This is at a much higher pressure than the pressure in this tank, and we use this compressed air pressure to drive the rocket propellant out of this tank through the hose that you can see here coming down this way and into the rocket thrust chamber. As soon as the liquid rocket propellant enters the decomposition chamber, or the thrust chamber, the liquid propellant is automatically changed into a high temperature steam. And this is done with a catalytic process. It is very rapid and very intense. The liquid rocket propellant entering the combustion chamber at 50 degrees Fahrenheit is instantly changed into steam and oxygen gas at 1300 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, the hot gases are ejected through a supersonic rocket nozzle at this point here, and from here they exhaust out down the field here.
And you will hear it scream after a while. Here we go.
Right now we have a membership of over 50 people from its very meager beginnings, and we encourage all ages and all sexes, anybody who's interested in astronomy or learning something about astronomy or any other science as far as that's concerned.
Northern Cross Science Foundation has also attracted people who enjoy scientific endeavors but have been inactive for a while. Recent member Harold Rogers was one such person.
My interest kind of waned, and then I retired in 1981, and this came back to me. Well, why not do this again? So I bought a 10-inch mirror from Coulter, and started out with some homemade parts and one thing or another, and parts that I had, and put this together. And that's about where I am now. Now I'm building a 4-inch from the original mirror that we had like 25 years ago.
Our meetings are at the Cedarburg First Wisconsin Bank every second Thursday of the month at 7 o'clock downstairs in the community room.
The Northern Cross Science Foundation meetings are usually highlighted with films, slide presentations, guest speakers, or many times members, such as current Northern Cross Science Foundation President Bob Sedgwick, presenting some message on science and often with a touch of humor added.
One man told me when he was in school, the professor used to give them problems with fictitious numbers, like a weight was given in moonbeams per square centimeter, and the velocity would be given in furlongs per fortnight. Now, they were to take this down and then figure out what the answer would be. You see, one is divided by the other, then that's by something else. You see, and what will the answer be? And you multiply and divide the name just like you do numbers, which is called dimensional analysis. And he says very often the answer would come out in daylights per cubic fortnight or something like that. And that's the right answer.
But with the laughter also goes the amazement and awe for anyone part of the Northern Cross Science Foundation experience.
Because if you think about it, the dimensions of the universe that we deal with, we're standing on one half of it, and we have our head pointed toward the rest of it. And the starry heavens are very interesting and beautiful places. And there's always been a lot of curiosity over the centuries and the eons over the arrangements and the changes in the sky that go on all the time.